Hello folks, this is Russ, some guy sometimes called Lead Crayon, and I am going to do a video wherein I draw a winner for my 95 plus subs contest that happened a while back and actually ended on November 20th, and life has interfered and it took me a while to get back around to actually doing this video. I think I have everything prepared that I need to have in order to get this done, but I'm not counting on it. And a little bit of housekeeping here as I get this going again. Savinelli 320 with some Carter Hall. So we're going to find out just how unprepared I am for this as this goes along, and it's probably going to take a little while to get through it because I really want to acknowledge everyone who participated. And in order to do that, I'm going to play some of the entries and such like, and recognize everybody who entered. So if you just want to find out who the winner is, you'll just have to fast forward to the end, but I kind of hope you don't, so you can see all of the entries and kind of get a feel for the effort that some people put in. I had 17 total entries. One person has since dropped off of YouTube, and I talked to this person about their entry, and they said not to worry about it and don't enter them into the contest. So I have removed that person, therefore leaving 16 entries. So the contest was to tell me about your favorite guitar riff, or the guitar riff that really moves you and why it really moves you. Or if not a guitar riff, then your favorite musical passage. I got wildly diverse entries. You got one entry if you commented on the video originally. You got 2 entries if you made a video response. And you got 3 entries if you made a video response wherein you actually performed the piece of music that we're talking about. Whether that was with a guitar or a piano or the original way it was played or your own way. And some people were very creative about this. So I'll start first with the single entries, the people who left comments. The first one is Mike, KB1NYD. He left a comment saying his favorite musical passage was the beginning of the Sugar Plum Fairies song from the Nutcracker Suite. And if you're not familiar with that, it's you should definitely go find a video of that. That's pretty cool. And that's a piece of music that I've heard so often that it really doesn't move me anymore, but it's highly recognizable. So that's cool. I like that. And it was an interesting choice for a first entry. I figured guitar riff would have come in first, but nope, that was the first one. Second entry I had was from Briarfire, and his comment was that he really liked the guitar solo. And it isn't really a guitar solo, it's sort of an entire guitar song called Maggot Brain by Eddie Hazel of Parliament Funkadelic, I think it is. And I went and listened to that piece of music, and it's a pretty incredible piece of guitar music. If you haven't had a chance to listen to that, you definitely should. I had never heard it before, and it's really, truly outstanding. Next entry I had is from That Smoke Guy 13. He left a comment saying that his favorite piece of music was the guitar solo, or some of the guitar movements in Metallica's Fade to Black. And I'm a big fan of Metallica, at least early Metallica. Fade to Black comes from the Ride the Lightning album, and that is one of my favorites too. So that is an excellent choice. Next entry was a comment from Piper Phil, who said that his favorite guitar solo is the guitar solo from Comfortably Numb. Now, as it happens, there was another entry, that from Jacob, Mr. Peanut 023, who also said he really, really liked the guitar solo from Comfortably Numb. And actually, that is my personal favorite guitar riff or musical passage of any kind. There is something about that piece of music that moves me every single time I hear it. And I get like tingles down the back of my spine and all of that good stuff. It just really touches me. So, Jacob actually did a video response, so he has 2 entries for his. Piper Phil just gets 1 because his was a comment. But I thought I'd go ahead here and actually, I don't know how well these will come through, but I'm going to play a little bit, or the whole solo actually, of Pink Floyd's Comfortably Numb. Pink Floyd's Comfortably Numb. That was actually the first of the 2 solos in that song, and the first one just gives me the chills. The second one's not bad either, just not quite as powerful as the first. So the next entry I had was from Tom, the Diabetic Man, who said that his favorite musical interest is actually all of Les Miserables, which... You know, I love Les Miserables. I actually did a video where I sang the song Red and Black because that's one of my favorites too. So I would do that here, but this video is already going to be super, super long. So I appreciate that entry, Tom. That's great. Piper McGee says that his favorite guitar solo is the guitar solo from Freebird. Now, again, very wildly popular musical passage. And he talked about, in his comment, going to a concert when he was younger and seeing an incredible ending to the show where they did the shorter version of Freebird, then went off stage, and the encore was the long ending, which must have been pretty incredible. I don't listen to a lot of Skynyrd as a general rule, but it's hard to beat the long ending to Freebird. David Nolte sent me an entry where he actually performed his own music. I'm not sure if it's his own musical piece or a piece that he just really likes. The video, and I don't actually have a link to the video handy, but it's in my playlist. So if you go check out the playlist, you can see the video that he did where he actually performs on guitar the piece that he's really interested in. So, and David, since that wasn't actually for the contest, I only gave you credit for the comment. So you do have an entry, and thank you for that. And I do appreciate the video of the performance. But since it wasn't technically for the contest, well, I'm going to give you one entry. But you still have a chance, so don't worry. All right, now I think we're past the just the comments. Oh no, we also had a comment from Kevin Poe, and this one actually came in right before the end of the contest. So Kevin said that he liked, and he sent me a video of it. It's a piano performance where a guy named Ryan Leslie performs an impromptu piano piece over a Lil Wayne rap song, which was pretty interesting. It didn't do a whole lot for me, I have to say, but I did enjoy watching it at least. And I'm sure, I mean, I've looked up a little bit about Ryan Leslie. I'd never heard his name before. And apparently he's a very talented musician, plays all kinds of instruments. He's a songwriter and does all kinds of stuff. So clearly a very talented guy. Just the particular piece that you sent me didn't do a whole lot for me, but that's not the whole point. It's all subjective. It's up to you, and I really appreciate that. And so I got an entry for you. And after that, let's see, trying to see if anyone else did just a video response without a performance. It doesn't look like it. The only one who did a video response without an actual performance was Jacob, Mr. Peanut 023. So everybody else actually did a performance of some kind. The first one was Justin Van Steenberg. What he did was he said that his favorite guitar solo was from a Black Label Society song called Stillborn, and he performed it on Rock Band, and I actually have that queued up here, and let's take a listen to that. It's pretty good, huh? Right, Justin Van Steenberg on Guitar Hero playing Black Label Society's Stillborn. That was pretty cool. The next entry I have down here is one from David Faraday. David Faraday just moved from wherever he was, I can't remember, down to North Carolina. But before he did that, he sent an entry into my contest where he plays an acoustic guitar rendition of Coheed and Cambria's The Final Cut. And this was pretty cool. I thought he did an excellent job. So let me go ahead and cue that up here so we can hear it. we go. David Faraday performing Coheed and Cambria, and that was actually pretty cool. It was fun to watch him. I think he was maybe struggling a little bit with those high notes. Probably would have been a little bit easier on electric guitar than it was on acoustic, but outstanding effort, David. It was fun to watch, and I can't thank you enough for doing that. So then we had, let me see what's coming up next here. We have, where is it? There it is. The Rockin' Piper. And I tried to find the Rockin' Piper's actual first name, but I couldn't find it. So I'm sorry about that. I'm sure it'll come out after this video. But anyway, Rockin' Piper picked the intro guitar riff from Ain't Talking About Love by Van Halen. I'm a huge, huge Van Halen fan. At least from the DLR era, anyway. So let's hear a little bit of the Rockin' Piper doing Ain't Talking About Love, a little Eddie Van Halen. That was very cool. As you can tell, I was kind of getting into that. Love Van Halen. So thanks very much, the Rockin' Piper, for that. Got you in here for sure. Next one was from Eric. Eric's Random World. And he pulled out his electric guitar and played the intro to Led Zeppelin's The Ocean. Led Zeppelin, another one of my favorite bands of all time. Right up there with Pink Floyd and Van Halen. So let's hear Eric doing The Ocean. All right, nice little blues groove going on there. So thank you very much, Eric. That was great. Love to hear The Ocean whenever I can. So let's see what else we got here. Next one I have on the list is Tim, Trav Spirit 7. And one of the things I said in my video intro is that, you know, if you're going to pick a random instrument, why not do it on kazoo? So Tim said, well, I have a kazoo. I'm going to do mine on a kazoo. And he chose to do Reveille on kazoo. So here is Tim on his Woodstock kazoo playing Reveille. Excellent. Thanks, Tim. That was a lot of fun. There was a lot of build-up to him playing that song. I think it was a little self-conscious about playing Reveille on the kazoo, but that was a fun video. You should go check that out if you haven't. I mean, you heard it, but you should see the stuff leading up to it. I enjoyed that quite a bit. So thanks very much, Tim, for your entry. Next entry I have is from Mark, Making Change down there in Texas. And his video was long and kind of rambling, and he actually did several where he actually said, you know, this is my favorite riff, this is the genre that it's from, play a little clip of it, and then he actually performed one. And almost all of the ones that he chose are also some of my favorites. And I'm not even sure which one he actually played here. I've got it queued up. So this is the one he actually performed on guitar in his video.
the cool water when the fever runs high. You got the look of the light in your eyes, and I was in crazy motion till you calmed me down. Took a little time, but you calmed me down. When something goes wrong, I'm the first to admit it. I'm the first to admit it, and I'm the last one to know. Something go right, it's likely gonna lose me, and it's apt to confuse me. It's such an unusual sight, oh, I just can't get used to something so right, something so right.
Now I remember Paul Simon, Something So Right, the little guitar bit from that, and that is some Paul Simon that I had never heard before, and I thought that was great. I loved it. I actually went and listened to like the original Paul Simon recording after I heard Mark do it, and great song. I'm going to have to get some more Paul Simon, because I love Paul Simon, especially the newer stuff. But some of that older stuff I wasn't really familiar with, but now I'm going to have to go out and get it. So, excellent, excellent. Thanks, Mark, for that entry. Loved it. The second to last entry that I got was from Martin, Pipe and MG, over in Great Britain. Martin did a long video that was excellent, where he talked about Debussy's Clair de Lune, and he actually like walked us through his interpretation of Clair de Lune, what he liked about it, like broke it up in segments and said, you know, this is how the beginning starts, and this is how I feel about it, and this is how it progresses, and how I feel about it, and then this is sort of the crescendo, and you know, this is the way it makes me feel. And I thought that was really cool. He did all of this on piano, and obviously in his music room or something at home. And here is one of the passages where he plays some of the sort of crescendo part, or where I guess it's most of the feeling or the emotion comes for him from Clair de Lune. All right, that was Martin playing Debussy's Clair de Lune, which I thought was fantastic. I mean, most of the entries that I got were, you know, contemporary music, not classical. There was the Nutcracker Suite, which is, of course, classical, and Martin's Clair de Lune, which was excellent. So, a wide range of instruments, a wide range of feelings and emotion, and a wide range of musical styles. So that was great. I'm really glad that I chose the theme that I chose for my contest. And I really appreciate the effort that everybody put in to their entries. I mean, I can't thank you guys enough for your participation and for being subscribers. You know, that's great. So I wanted to do something a little special to kind of make it fun for doing the drawing. I wanted to do something a little different than most people do. So what I did was I talked with my girlfriend, and I was like, you know, I really want to do something different. I don't want to just pull names out of a hat. So do you have any ideas? And she says, well, what you could do is you could bake everybody's name into a fortune cookie and draw a fortune cookie. And I was like, oh, that sounds like a really good idea. I've never made fortune cookies before. So we made fortune cookies, and we put everybody's names in them. And I've got a few minutes of video where I show you sort of the steps we took to assemble everything. So I'm going to cut that in here. So this is how we made the fortune cookies to do the entries. Here's a quick look at what we're doing here with those slips. Going to put them in the fortune cookies. Got all the ingredients lined up, ready to go. Just waiting for the butter to cool off. And in a little bit, we'll show you some of the cookie making process where we stuff those things with the entries. Here's a look at the names of the entries. There's a slip here for everybody. Everybody who had one entry has got 1. Everybody who had 2 entries has 2. And everybody who had 3 entries has 3. And these are all going to get baked into some nice, sweet fortune cookies. And we'll draw a couple out. And here's a look at our fortune cookie making production line. We start with the batter over here. We've got a couple of cookies plated up, trayed up, ready to go in the oven. And down here we have some that are just about ready to come out of the oven. We'll fold them up over here. There's all the slips and everything, and here's a few that we've already got done, sitting in cookie tins, and they're nice and hard and look like fortune cookies. You can see the fortune in there. And we got a bunch more to do. And this is the fun part of these, because you got to do them when they're smoking hot. The batter on this one is a little bit thin. I don't know if it's... might be able to get them. Alright, hopefully these will hold together. Cross your fingers, everybody. Fortune with the names going in. Fold them up. Right off the hot oven pan. Bend it over a mug here. Look at that. Basically a nice, perfect fortune cookie. Put that in the tin. Go back for the other one here. Hopefully this one will hold together too. This one probably not going to hold up, but we'll give it a shot. Nope, that one fell apart. So, anyway, you can see that they're not the easiest things to do. You do make mistakes from time to time, but we'll get them all done, and then we'll have a drawing. Alright, and here's the bowl that has all of the entries in it, right here. Got it in wrap, so these are all the fortune cookies that has everybody's names in them. And I'm going to put them in this bowl right here, and hopefully they, yeah, looks like they're all going to hold up. Yep, none of them broke. That's good. Now, I did have one entry that I forgot about. This was Kevin Poe's entry. So today I went to a Chinese store, a Chinese restaurant, and I got some Chinese food for lunch, and I got a fortune cookie because I forgot Kevin's entry. And he only had one entry because he only left a comment. So this one cookie that's different, the little store-bought fortune cookie, is going to be David's entry. So we know which one this is. I'm going to go ahead and mix around the fortune cookies. And then, you know, of course, I'm gonna pick a name and not look at whose fortune cookie it is for sure, because I mean I have no idea whose names are in here anyway. But before I do that, I would like to say that I'm going to actually have 2 winners to my contest. This wasn't how it was going to work out in the beginning, but it's how it's going to work out now. I wanted to pick a winner that was my favorite of all the entries that I got, and that person is going to win. And that's just going to be my pick. And then somebody's going to win based on the fortune cookie thing here. So my favorite of all the entries was Mark, Make and Change. I mean, everybody put in a lot of effort, and I really appreciate that. And I don't want to take away from anyone's entry, but Just the whole combination of him being like the early morning thing and the wide selection of musical ranges and the assembling the video together and the sort of comedic interlude and the performance and everything else. I think he just went truly above and beyond to make an entertaining video as well as a contest entry. So Mark, you are definitely a winner on here. And if your name gets pulled out of these fortune cookies, you don't get to win twice. So if Mark gets pulled out, I'll go in for another name. But I'll go ahead and pick out a name here. And we'll see if it's Mark's or not. And I have a cookie. And there is a name inside, so I don't want to get this all over everything, but I'll go ahead and break open the fortune cookie. And oh, it looks like the slip tore, so hopefully I can still read it. Alright, it's all folded up in there. There we go. Alright. You lucky son of a gun. Right there. Ronnie Piper McGee. There you go, my friend. You are the other winner of the contest. You win a lot of these contests. I think you've got some good karma going on there or something. You're certainly better than my karma because I don't win any of this crap. But anyway, one of the things you're going to get is all these fortune cookies. Because everyone actually has a fortune, and you are going to have all the names that were losers in the contest. It's funny. I was going to say, oh no, I'm going to have to cry foul here because one of the names popped out of the fortune cookies, but I can see that it was only one name, and it just happens to be Mark's, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. So, whew. Okay, but anyway, so to the victor go the spoils. So Piper McGee, Ronnie, I'm going to go ahead and send you all these fortune cookies. I honestly don't know if they're going to be any good when you get them, but they were really good when I made them. So you can do whatever you want with them, whatever. But I'm still actually assembling the prize packages. I mean, you're both going to get some huge boxes. There's going to be lots of stuff in it. I think you'll be happy with what you get for sure. I'm putting a little bit of extra care because there's some specific things I want to put in the prize boxes, so it's probably going to be a week or two, and with the Christmas holiday, maybe even a little longer than that before you actually get them. But you will get them. And again, thanks to everybody who participated in the contest and all of your entries. I love them all. Thank you for subscribing, for being a part of this, for all the people who put in the hard work. I really loved all of it, and I hope everybody made it to the end and saw the winners. So with that, take care, everybody, and I guess we'll see you around maybe for the next contest. Talk to you later. Ciao.